Well, happy Friday. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having us. We've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, we've been looking forward to this as well. We've been kind of just bouncing up and down all week. Hey, Lisa Rhodes is going to join us in the studio. So lots of fun. And as Kim was warning you, is warning the right word?
Maybe, probably.
We like to, by way of introduction to our audience who might not know you, there's probably zero of them, is have you just jump right into a song. So hopefully
Love to.
you're willing to.
Yeah. This is the title track off our new CD, My Memories Are Made of Songs.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Signposts made of sound, take me back to where I've been, each one reminding me of times good and gone. My memories are made of songs, my life in beats and melodies made me who I am and who I was. I hear and feel them tattooed by each one. My memories are made of songs, pieces of forever, always with me. The voices might be gone, but the light behind them lingers on. Measured moments of my life, some for any time, some for once in a while, strum softly on my soul until I play along. My memories are made of songs, like messages in bottles with their notes written in sound. Feelings washing over me, and into them I'm drawn. My memories are made of songs.
Microphone.
Thank you.
I'm having to change out microphones because something's broken here.
That is from your new CD, which is called what and coming out when?
My Memories Are Made of Songs. That's the name of the song, and that's the name of the CD, and we dropped it on the 30th of July at the Blue Note Grill in Durham.
Oh, that's exciting. And we always encourage people to actually buy the CD, to actually go purchase those, because we know as musicians that one purchase is worth tens of thousands of streaming plays. So where can we purchase your music?
2 places.
Okay.
Any gig we play.
Okay. Go
And,
out.
And we'll be hearing about those.
And we'll talk to you about those. And I am now a third-party seller on Amazon. Somebody's got to help Jeff Bezos get to space.
Yes. I mean, I fully support Shatner. That did it for me. I wasn't fully on board until he is 90 years old.
Oh, yeah.
I'm for this. So,
I
yes.
think it's the first hairpiece to go to space.
I think you're right.
I think that's the case.
I wonder if it enjoyed zero gravity. Also fun.
Why is there no video of this?
There is.
Oh, okay.
Well, what a fantastic song. And a real catchy title.
Well, it's one of those songs. Do you ever have experiences where you have something happen and then you want to write a poem or a song about it?
Daily.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened here when Prince's estate released all of those wonderful demos and stuff, and unrecorded, unreleased stuff. One of them was his demo recording of "Nothing Compares to You," and it just made all the hair on my arms stand up when I listened to it. And they released it on YouTube with a video of him in the time. It was silent. It was just behind the track. and it was him in the time rehearsing dance moves, and they were so young and beautiful, and I was like, oh, this just makes me ache. And I pulled up to try to figure out something to listen to, and I looked at my computer, and it had all those little things next to the, little file things next to the song titles, and I thought, wow, signposts made out of sound.
Uh-huh.
And that's where it all started. And then the whole thing is all about every single memory that I have, I can associate music with it.
Wow.
No, that's the 7th grade. Oh, that's when I went to grad
Right,
school. Oh, that's when
right.
I was 6. And that's why my memories are made of songs, because I realize they are.
That's first of all incredible and also very rare, because so the sense most tied to memory is our sense of smell, and most people, if you were to ask them, memories, they would probably associate it with smells. That's always the first thing that comes through. I've never heard that. I've never heard anyone say that most of their music, their memories are tied to music.
I think it's true for musicians a lot, especially
I would
people who play
suspect.
by ear.
I
Maybe
would
not so much for concert musicians, but I think
Yeah.
especially for people. Plus, we're old. We've listened to a lot of radio.
Lots of good music out there.
Oh yeah, I would agree. Well, we would love to hear more.
Well, we're going to play one right now that's been very, very good to us. This is a standalone single that we released in June. It's called Dementia. It's our pandemic song.
This is fun.
And it came from, we were wandering around the house, my wife and I were wandering around the house, and I said, honey, I can't remember why I came into this room. And she said, no, you can't. You have dementia. And you can't say that kind of thing to a songwriter without,
Right.
Writing that down.
So we put this out as a standalone single, and today it is number 3 on the Durham Reverb Nation alt charts, and it has not been out of the top 5 since the end of June.
Exciting.
So we want to thank everybody who listens to it and who's
Absolutely.
bought it, and you can find it anywhere, and we'll give you all the info, but definitely on our website and stuff you can find that. But it's called Dementia.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm so damn tired of my own company. I'm tired of my routine, cooking and watching TV. Feels like house arrest or some kind of endless test. It's been a year of fear and no vacations for me. I got to know my neighbors and I've written a bunch of new songs. I learned how to bake bread, play chess, and online mahjong. But I never leave home, spending most of my time alone. I've had a lot of fear, but no parties all year long. My memory is going, my waistline is growing, my tattered edges are showing. Dementia has got me, and I don't know what day it is. I swear, when this is over, I'm gonna play music with my friends every day, even on the radio. I hope I'll be there when this is over, but from here that seems a long ways away. Well, the news is better and they say the end's in sight. And the vaccine's here, and they say we're gonna be alright. But that feels far away when I don't know what's gonna get me through this day, except dreaming of my friends and how we're gonna talk all night. My memory is going, my waistline is growing, my tattered edges are showing. And dementia has got me, and I don't know what day it is.
Can you relate?
I now have an excuse
Amen.
for everything that happens.
Amen, sisters.
Yeah, it works too. People laugh.
Hey, Leslie Land, that is one of the sexiest basses I've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
How did you guys meet?
Me and the bass?
You and the bass.
Okay. Oh, that's a good story. I went to high school in Annapolis, Maryland, and there was a guy there named Paul Reed Smith who, when I was in high school in the late 70s, had a band called the Band of 1,000 Names, and they used to play all over the place. And he started making guitars, and everybody wanted them, and he had oven knobs instead of volume knobs.
Smart.
And so, Q 1980, I go to college at Tar Heel University, and went back home from time to time, and it turns out that a bunch of physicians in Annapolis did like an early venture capital thing to get him into a factory. And so my dad, at some point in I think 1985 or 6, said, "Hey, he's making basses now. Do you want one?" And I said, "Yes, please."
That's the
And
right
he
answer.
said, "Do you want to go pick out all the stuff?" And I said, "Yes, please." And so I got to. It's completely custom. It's just so. I mean, it really is one of a kind. And
That's a good dad, too.
yeah. Well, he was a bass player.
Oh, okay.
I have his upright now. I can't play it, but I have it. I work on it, but
Well, not to change the subject too much, but that's something we bump into here on Pass the Hat almost weekly, is when there's this mythology of the rock and roll star who, against all odds and with everybody telling them never to be a musician, they go and steal a guitar somewhere and go out and play it. But no, the reality is everybody had mostly nurturing parents or nurturing friends or nurturing family, nurturing community, encouraging them to go and play music. And we hear a lot of stories similar to this of my dad bought me my first guitar and he encouraged me to play, and my brother was playing the ukulele or whatever. That's how it works.
Yeah, no, my parents, God love them, bought me an electric guitar when I was 12 years old. I don't know how.
That's
to live.
brave.
Yeah, oh man. Yeah, well, I wanted drums, so.
Okay, that's a good compromise.
That was
Yeah,
smart.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, it's true. It's between school and lessons, and my older brother was a bass player. It's just music was everywhere.
And it works.
Yeah.
It works to help make us fantastic musicians, make you guys fantastic musicians.
And it sounds like it's been with both of you for all of your lives, really.
oh yeah, I started playing piano when I was like 3.5.
Wow.
But my mom played piano, so that
Right.
when there's one around and there's music around, kids, there's a thing called Broca's brain that's language development, and if you get them involved with music when that's forming, music becomes like a language.
Totally
You
makes
think
sense.
about it completely differently, and that the people I know that have been playing since they were little kids all think about it that way. It's a real different brain process.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a mother that sang to me. That was part of it too. And I grew up in a community where there was just music everywhere. There was, I'm a Tex Czech, so all the polkas and stuff. And I grew up in a county that was primarily Latino, so I grew up with conjunto and tejano and norteño,
Wow.
and then of course AM radio.
Amen.
AM radio is everywhere.
You get everything else.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you got everything. So yeah, there's all kinds of. There's something about. I love that I can play by ear, because there was a point in time when I had to make that choice whether I wanted to play by reading or whether I wanted to play by ear, and I stuck with ear, and I was really clear. I did it when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and it's really given me such a different experience of music than I would have had I been looking at notes and stuff. It doesn't go through that side of my brain.
That totally makes sense. That you it goes through a different side of your brain, and you think about everything differently and learn
It's
it
way
differently.
more fun too. When you don't have to read notes. Having done both, I'll take the ear. I'm with her on that
Well,
one.
she's got a great ear.
Well, we're going to ask that. I think our live stream people want to see them have more fun.
Yeah, shut up, Bob. Make him play more music.
Well, this one is the single off of the CD. We haven't dropped it yet because Dementia won't go away. So so we're not going to compete with ourselves yet, and we'll drop it sometime at some point. This one is a true story. It's a story of how I left Texas and went out to California because I was in love with the woman who's now my wife. It's called Leaving Texas.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We got a long distance love, but I don't wanna live without you. Wanna be right by your side, only one thing I can do. I'm leaving Texas 'cause you asked me to. I would go anywhere with you. I'm leaving Texas 'cause you asked me to. It's the only thing I can do. Never planned on leaving here. Austin has been home for such a long time. Then your love upended my whole world, and I find I can't live without you. I'm leaving Texas 'cause you asked me to. I would go anywhere with you. I'm leaving Texas 'cause you asked me to. It's the only thing I can do. You took me by surprise, and your kisses made me love you. There was something in your eyes, told me that my search for love was through. I'm leaving Texas 'cause you asked me to. I would go anywhere with you. I'm leaving Texas 'cause you asked me to. It's the only thing I can do. Don't know what I'll miss the most, the people, the places, or the memories. Only know what my heart is telling me. You're in California and I'm on the wrong coast. I'm leaving Texas 'cause you asked me to. I would go anywhere with you. I'm leaving Texas 'cause you asked me to. It's the only thing I can do. And I won't be going back without you. No, I won't be going back without you.
It
And
just
that,
gets
friends,
better.
is
Yeah.
a love song.
Wow.
Thank you.
That is sweet. I have a question about Leslie, you and Lisa, how you all came together in this wonderful musical partnership. Because Leslie, I've admired listening to you for years. I've seen you with.
you.
First time I ever saw you was with the Beauty Operators.
Yeah,
That was the
fantastic
first time
band.
I ever experienced you. And then I actually experienced you a little bit later. And so, these two forces coming together, like when I saw you with a bass, that was such I thought, what a great example. You're like, what a great model for other women you are, because we don't see a lot of women bass players. And also, you're really one of the best. You're so
Thank you.
good.
Thank you so
She
much.
is.
And then to see you all come together, how does this partnership work? Do you write together? Do you create these songs together? Your harmonies, Gabriella was saying she loves the harmonies. How does this work?
Well, when I was in the Beauty Operators, Lisa reached out to me about playing in a band called the Cosmic Country Band. And that was super fun. It was all that great, Texas 70s spacey country music that was so much fun. And so we did that for a while. And, then she started bringing in these songs that were just so great. And so I had some life events and kind of pulled back for a little while. But basically, Cosmic Country had kind of run its course. And so Lisa R. and the Lucky Stars happened, and she just keeps hitting them out of the park. I mean, she's been writing. I know with the pandemic, it's been great for you, but even before that, I mean, she has just been so prolific since I've known her, and it's wonderful. And they're really good songs, really good songs.
And you just said something that we haven't heard, but maybe 20% of the time, the pandemic has been really good to you. It sounds like creatively. You're one of about maybe 6 people.
Yeah, maybe not even 20% of the time, maybe 5% of the time.
I got 15 new songs during the pandemic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it gave me this real concentrated time to write. And Leslie is the best vocal partner that you could possibly have. We both really love precision singing, where you spend some time working on phrasing and you spend some time working on notes, and I haven't had that since the 80s. I mean, it's so nice.
Wow.
You add on, her bass playing skills, and wow, if you're lucky enough to play with someone like Leslie, you're lucky.
Well, I think that's what Gabriella meant when she was mentioning how wonderful the harmonies were. It's not just the harmonies, but the precision singing that you pointed out, everything right perfectly on time. It's a joy to listen to. That's the first thing that made my jaw drop during that first song. I just kind of stopped what I was doing and said, what am I hearing? This is so good.
Because the guitar riff was great in that first song, and then the bass line behind it, that was I hate this word kind of, but that was like a perfectly synergistic sound. It worked. I know I'll never use that word again. I'm sorry, everybody.
Oh no, it's
You're gonna have to put your Steve Jobs costume on.
I am.
Now.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff.
Well, that's the job of the bass, is to drive the tune. And as something happened at one of our shows over at the Colonial Inn where I think I didn't have the right book or something, and they started playing and I kind of stopped. And Lisa said, "See what happens when the bass isn't there?" And it's so true.
It hurts
nobody
everybody.
realizes it until it's not there, and then.
Yeah, so Leslie and I got together and started playing, these original songs. I've never been this prolific. I had released a first album that's over there staring at me from the wall over there in the mid-'80s. And, it was a national release. I had some good stuff happen off of it. I had a song on American Bandstand.
Yes.
We got a 90 on Raider Record. It was that kind of stuff. And there were some. They reviewed it in People. I mean, but it was an independent release in the mid '80s, which was definitely fighting against the stream. Rounder distributed it for us, but they weren't really a big distributor at that point. So I went to grad school, and when I came out and retired came out of academia and retired. I came down here to play music again. I had heard of this scene. I had heard of this area, and I thought, let's go down and see what happens. It took me a little while to find my people, but the first person who really stood shoulder to shoulder with me, opened every door in this town, is sitting right next to me. She
that's good
she
stuff.
was the one who introduced me to people. She would tell people, "Oh, you should include her in this," and just really, made me feel welcome here and introduced me to so many lovely people, because the people in this scene are so wonderfully welcoming.
Aren't they, though?
Oh, they're the nicest folks.
And one of the nicest things about the arts communities, I run between the poetry and the music communities, they're non-competitive.
Yeah.
Everyone is supportive. And
collaborative.
Yeah, and I don't feel bias. I don't feel gender bias. I don't, I don't see other people experiencing other kinds of stuff. It's collaborative and supportive. Go to each other's shows, and wow, you don't see that every day. That's good stuff.
No, that was real different than it was in Austin in the 80s. But, Austin in the 80s, I was doing this to eat. I was supporting 3 grown men and their children. I had to take a lot of jobs, It's a different kind of thing. And now, now we play because we love it.
Well, we do too.
The thing that I heard that really made a light bulb go off for me is you said, so I went to grad school.
Yeah,
so
problem solved.
You can do it. You can do both things.
Yes, you can.
Folks out there.
But right now, they're going to do some music.
Yeah, we need some music.
This is one that Leslie and I actually wrote together. The next album is going to be a suite of 10 songs about Texas. And it's just a bunch of stories about my life and the place. And this is one of them, and it's a story about my mom, and it's called To Meet Her There.
1, 2, 3.
Can still see Mama behind the wheel of her 64 Bonneville. Driving down the main street of that little town, she built a life there for herself up from the ground. Traded happiness for some security, but I could tell there was some other place she'd rather be. Moved there, didn't know a soul but my dad. Made precious few close friends, but loved the one she had. Played a lot of bridge and joined the garden club. Raised 3 kids and taught them what they knew of love. She'd always planned to leave but ran out of time. She couldn't find her way out of that little town. And now Mama's on the other side, and I hope that someday she'll be my guide. When my time comes to meet her there, the place never fit her or ever lit her imagination. But God knows that she tried. Too small and narrow for such a high-flying arrow. Still she lived there till the day that she died. She died young, it all went so fast. Just 8 months to the day till she breathed her last. That church wasn't big enough to hold a crowd, and I wept like a child as we drove her out of town. Laid her to rest in the city where she'd always planned to go. She finally found her way out of that little town. And now Mama's on the other side, and I hope that someday she'll be my guide. When my time comes to meet her there.
Okay, that was another fantastic love song.
Thanks. Yeah, it was. That one took a little skin.
I reckon.
But Leslie helped me. I got stuck in the middle of that song, and she's such a good trained musician that I said, I can't get from here to there. And she goes, oh, no, you can. No, you can get there. You just have to have someone show you how to get there.
Well, that was perfectly placed, I think.
Yeah, huh? I'm kind of speechless because I'm still processing that song and seeing your mom driving the Bonneville.
Yeah.
Isn't that a great line?
Yes.
It is. That
Yeah.
sticks.
That's the first car I remember. I guess I could have said my memories are made of cars, and I'm not sure. I don't think it has quite the same ring, but
I think that's what my dad's memories were made of.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who like keep talking. Oh yeah, that's when I drove the Chevelle, or whatever. Yeah.
I've definitely marked eras in my own parents' lives with the cars. Like I can tell you what span of time, which car was driven. Partially because I don't know if you all suffered the injuries of the 70s that most of us children did. My father owned a Gran Torino, a 1978 Gran Torino. Ugh, it was awful. And also...
Wait, isn't that the Starsky and Hutch car?
It was the one with the brown vinyl seats.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, my little thighs still have burn marks from just, there was no cooling off. Get in the car. And there I am, my skinny little body just stuck to the car, burning.
Good times, good
Melting.
times.
Yeah. In Texas you had to have oven mitts to hold the wheel when you open the thing.
Not a whole lot of shade there.
Yeah, per much.
No.
Well, we're getting...
Gran Torino was. I remember a friend of mine had one of those. You put the 4-barrel on that car, you could just watch the gas gauge go down.
The speedometer went one way and the gas
that's-
gauge went the other way.
That's why he got rid of it. And so he got rid of that and bought, an El Camino.
My dad loved those things. Man, he drove those till he died.
Your dad had style.
He had glass back mufflers on his.
Oh, so it made a nice rumble going by?
Oh man, yeah, you could hear that thing coming 5
That's
miles down
epic.
the road. Yeah.
Well, y'all, it is the top of the hour, and we have to remind you you're listening to WHUP LP Hillsboro. You are listening to Pass the Hat, and support for Pass the Hat is sweetly provided by Matthews Chocolates. Matthews Chocolates, 104 North Churton Street, Hillsboro, North Carolina. Hey, Lisa.
Yeah.
Just to your right is a giant chocolate bar.
Spokesmodel opportunity.
This is your spokesmodel opportunity. Lisa is holding up.
Perfect.
I always wanted to be Carol Merrill.
Here is your opportunity. Matthew custom makes every Friday afternoon this 1-pound chocolate bar for our Friday evening guests. They're all made different, so you'll read the ingredients on the back. There's something different every week that he mixes in.
Dark chocolate, pecan, caramel, and pecan pralines. Matthew, you rock.
That
this
sounds
is so great.
pretty
This
awesome.
is so great.
And Matthew's Chocolates, everything handmade, handcrafted. Not only is the chocolate, does it taste fantastic, but he is quite an artist, and everything is gorgeous that he works on. Just walk into the shop, and it's like walking into an artist's studio. And he has, the best truffles, the best marshmallows, the best cocoa mix, the best, 1-pound chocolate bars, gelato. What else? It's all awesome. He's got a big display of chocolate lollipops that he handmade just yesterday. That's now on a tree standing in the store. And pandemic hit him pretty hard.
I'm sure.
Very hard to keep employees. Very hard to stay open. So he'd been doing it solo for a long time. But he's got a couple of part-time employees now and has new expanded hours Wednesday and Thursday from noon to 8 and Friday, Saturday noon to 9 p.m. So basically, Wednesday through Saturday, go and get your chocolate from
get some
Matthews
chocolate.
Chocolates.
Yeah.
Because it is super good stuff.
Who doesn't
We
need
experienced,
chocolate these
Lucy
days?
Bella and I experienced the most lovely Wednesday evening.
Really?
Yes, my meetings were canceled after school by our superintendent. She said, take care of your mental health, school system. Pretty awesome. So grabbed my daughter, and we took care of our mental health in really positive ways. We came to Hillsboro, and among the things that we did, we started at Matthews.
Of
we
course.
went to have dinner at a place that was open and had some outdoor seating. We went to go hear Kirk Ridge's music circle that takes place.
And Mary Rocap and Brian Phelps.
Yes. And so the reason I'm saying this is because you can go out not far right here in Hillsboro and have an awesome date night and listen to live local musicians, and every penny that you spend stays right here in your community.
And it is the best music you've ever heard, as we're getting ready to hear from Lisa Rhodes.
Yep.
What you got now?
Let's do South Texas Plains. Okay. I grew up on the coastal plains of South Texas, and this is called the South Texas Plains. It's another one of the songs from the suite. It's about my family down there.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Granddad Fritz was the kind of man who planted trees on the South Texas Plains. Stranger to English, like the Mexicans and Vietnamese on the South Texas Plains. He picked that place for the family to make our stand on the South Texas Plains. Hard-working dirt farmers living at the mercy of the land on the South Texas Plains. Always praying for the rain to end and the rain to come. I don't live there anymore, but it's damn sure where I'm from, the South Texas Plains. arms on the water, but Dad never learned to swim. On the South Texas plains, he lived there all his life, but he never did jump in. On the South Texas plains, alligators and cranes, palm trees and pecan. Air so thick you don't breathe it, you put it on. And those amber waves of grain would hide their heads in shame next to the glories of the golden rice fields waving on the South Texas plains. I left there young, couldn't wait to get away from the South Texas plains. But there's a part of me that wishes I could have stayed on the South Texas plains, always praying for the rain to end and the rain to come. I don't live there anymore, but it's damn sure where I'm from, the South Texas plains.
Yet another love song.
Waiting for the rain to go, waiting for the rain to come.
Always waiting for the rain to end and the rain to come.
Oh, that
Yeah,
line
yeah.
though.
It's a great line.
That's another keeper.
I grew up, in a rural community. I'm a sixth generation American, and I'm the first one on my dad's side to speak English first.
Wow.
First generation. My brother and sister and I are the first generation to speak English first. My dad's first language was Czech, and nobody spoke English first out in this community where I grew up. So, and they were farmers. They were dirt farmers. They, they depended on the rain to end and the rain to come.
Sure, the rain or the lack of it
Yeah.
are a big part of your concern day to day.
Well, I
Yeah.
was going to ask about that because you mentioned in your song Uncle Fritz. Was that the name?
Granddad Fritz.
Granddad Fritz. I was wondering about that name because that is not a name that we hear a lot unless we're of like Germanic or Eastern European extraction. And I am aware that there are quite a lot of Eastern Europeans and people of German descent in that area of Texas. And since you mentioned it, I wanted to ask, 6 generations, where did the folks originally come from?
Well, my granddad Fritz, his real name was Franz Johann Stutzenbecker. And,
Wow.
his family was Prussian. He was a third generation American, so they lived around Central and South Texas.
Right.
The other side of that part of the family were Moravians from Moravia. Their name was Chinchik.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's not a lot of vowels in that one. My grandmother, my great grandmother, and my great grandfather raised my dad, and he said that when they met, he didn't speak Czech and she didn't speak German, and so eventually he learned Czech, but she never learned German.
That's a good man right there.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where. It's a melting pot musically.
Sure.
I grew up in this community, and there was a dance hall at the crossroads. It was down the road from my house, a quarter mile. You could sit on the front porch, and you'd hear boom, 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 boom. And you didn't know until somebody started singing, is it the Czechs singing, the Tejano Conjunto Norteño bands, or is it the Americans? That's what my dad's generation called
The
them.
others.
The Americans, doing country and western. But the bottom was always the same.
All had that
on all of
same
them.
bass line.
Yeah, same bass line, yeah.
Well, this is the controversial part of the show, I think. I heard a word in that song which, because I'm weird, pricked my ears up. Do you say pecan or pecan?
Oh, now let's not. This goes
Now
out to
there's
Bill
gonna be a
Rhodes,
fight.
because Bill Rhodes and I have been having this discussion with these folks around here.
Yes.
It's pecan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pecan.
I mean, and I still like
My
her
people
anyway.
are from Smithfield. It's
Yeah.
pecan.
Yeah,
My
no,
my
to us.
grandfather grew up in your side of the world. He grew up in Caddo Mills, Texas. But he always said, "Of course, it's a pecan. A pecan is what I keep under my bed." I said, "Okay."
Yeah, I saw somebody. Bill Rhodes had that thing about pecans and pecan, and someone put up a picture of a portacan and said, "This is a pecan."
See, but I've asked lots of people this same question, and there doesn't seem to be any regional variation, as I can tell. People who grew up right across the street from each other, one will say pecan and one will say pecan. So I'm not really sure.
That's how
How
civil
this
wars
happens.
get started, Bob.
You're probably right.
And I find it's so entertaining, the question that Bob asks everybody. You ask everyone odd questions, Bob.
You're welcome.
Yeah. mhm. You're here
Can
to
you save
entertain all
me
of
by
us.
playing
yes,
some music?
Please.
Sure.
Save
We'll play
Bob.
another one off the album. That's Enough is what it's called, and it was just I wrote it in 2016, and I have to say things were getting too weird for me, but I kind of jumped the gun on things were too weird in 2016. So just saying, it's called That's Enough.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I can't face the TV anymore. If things get any crazier, I don't know what I'll do. And I'm afraid about tomorrow. Just can't see that far. Like to think it's been this way before. Keep trying to convince myself, but I'm never really sure. And I'm afraid about tomorrow. Just can't see that far. But you ease my troubled mind every time that you hold me. And I know that's enough to see me through. Earth may be churned up, the light may be dim. No matter what else happens, we'll see spring again. Wish sometimes that I could get away, but I don't know where I'd go, so I guess I'm gonna stay. And I'm afraid about tomorrow. Just can't see that far. But you ease my troubled mind every time that you hold me. And I know that's enough to see me through. Our hands may be shaking, our lines may be thin. No matter what else happens, we'll see spring again. In my heart I know that this will pass, but I suspect the ugliness we've seen is gonna last. And I'm afraid about tomorrow. Just can't see that far. But you ease my troubled mind every time that you hold me. And I know that's enough to see me through. I can't face the TV anymore. No, I can't face the TV anymore. I can't face the TV anymore. No, I can't.
I'm having so much fun. Are you having fun,
When
Kimberly?
I first heard that song, I was really delighted that they decided to play it again today.
Yeah, huh?
That's a fun one.
Thank
Because,
you.
yeah, who can face the TV anymore?
Not me.
It just gets more awful every day.
Or just the news feed on your phone or whatever device you carry around.
Yeah.
I was a media analyst and historian for the better part of 30 years.
Oh,
I
I'm
gotta
so
tell
sorry.
you, it's, whew. You know, aside from being a busman's holiday, it's really difficult to look at media these days and know how the strings behind the scenes go. It's
Yeah.
pretty chilling.
Yeah, just the overload, the chaos, and it's got to be intentional overload and intentional chaos.
Yeah.
It just drives everybody crazy.
Well, you know, the stuff that keeps people stirred up, as we've just seen recently with the new Facebook kerfuffle,
Yep.
is what stirs people up, is what gets them to come back. You know, and that's always been the difference now. It's really funny in media studies when I was doing it. One of the things was, you know, people always used to say, well, if you watch violent video games, you're going to be violent. You know, it's garbage. It's not
Right.
true. But what media is really good, it's not good at telling you what to think. It's good at telling you what to think about.
And
Setting agendas.
and providing
They
that
call it
feedback loop for as soon as you've responded to it, now they're going to give you more of it.
Sure. Yeah. Well, now you get that feedback. It used to be well sat at home, and
Right.
you know.
But now there's data analytics.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
my.
Well, it's interesting. I'm listening to your songs, and we get all kinds of singer-songwriters in here. People who write just songs that are personal to the circumstances of their life, and other people who write more in the vein of social justice and what's happening out there, as we say. And it's interesting. You just sang that song, but it sounds like many of your songs may be informed by what's out there, but you keep it close to home when it comes to your songwriting. Am I right, or
Oh,
am I
yeah,
missing
no.
something?
I mean, all my songs, as Bob has pointed out, are really love songs.
Oh, yep.
You know, I'm really clear that love and radical compassion is the only thing that's going to get us out of this mess we're in right now. And so I keep writing love songs, and I keep, practicing the idea that love is the strongest force in the universe. And I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm going to keep writing songs about it. I mean, that's just,
Thank you.
yeah. Well, hey, thanks for giving me a spot to do it. I appreciate the chance to put them on the air.
Yeah, we need all of the love songs.
Oh yeah, we do. Oh, that's a time. It's one of the songs on my album. Yeah.
But those are what stay. If you look at all the songs throughout all of time, we've all in this room listened to hundreds of years of music, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you look at the stuff that Hildegard von Bingen was writing, how many years ago? The love song stayed.
Mm-hmm.
The praise song stayed. But anything that was written about tear it all down, you don't hear those songs anymore.
Yeah, they're more ephemeral.
Yep. So yeah, I say more love songs. Let's have more love songs.
Well, let's do the Texas Waltz. You don't mind hearing another Texas song, do you?
Absolutely not.
It's our Texas night.
Pretty much. That's it's the next album. It's funny. We just were getting ready to release the My Memories Are Made of Songs. We just finished the videos, and that was in the end of January 2020.
Yep.
And we were just getting ready to get everything. As they say in the South, we were fixing to release it, and then the whole world shut down. And so the stuff from that album is 2 years old, and I'm really excited about the new stuff. So I keep playing a lot of it. But I want to let you know that's the first record I made in 35 years, and there's only one person besides me who's on every single track, and she's sitting right next to me.
Hey now.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Pete Kimosh, who's the
Absolutely.
co-producer and the engineer, and just he's going to be he engineered and produced Pan Dementia for us. So, he's going to be somebody who's really influential in our sound, and he's an amazing stand-up bass player and just an amazing guy. This one's called the Texas Waltz, and it's about the dance halls. We're dancing people down there, and it's all about the dance halls as they were when I was a child in a small town where Saturday nights everybody would come together for a dance at the KC Hall or the VFW or something. And this one's a real pretty one. Leslie and I have a lot of fun with it. If you're down in Texas on a Saturday night, head for a dance hall, there'll be one in sight. Inside they'll be dancing to the count of 3, and there'll be a partner for you and for me. With the Texas Waltz, the Texas Waltz, I wanna dance the Texas Waltz. It may seem old-fashioned and a bit hard to do, but once you try it, it'll grow on you. Gliding to triplets can soothe your soul, and with the right partner, it's a sight to behold. KCVFWSPJST. Tonight they're just dance halls with beer and iced tea. Boots on a wood floor, there's always a crowd. You can't lose a beat 'cause the bands all play loud. To the Texas Waltz, the Texas Waltz, I wanna dance the Texas Waltz. Memories can take us back. Close your eyes, we'll be there once more, dancing together and sailing across the floor. The hands may be rough and the hair may be gray. Some faces are weathered from working all day, but tonight they'll get dressed up, everyone will be there. 'Cause when Texans are dancing, nothing else can compare to the Texas Waltz, the Texas Waltz, I wanna dance the Texas Waltz, I wanna dance the Texas Waltz.
I do too.
Whew, y'all can stop dancing now. You don't have to, though. Y'all are listening to Lisa Rhodes and Leslie Land. You can buy their latest CD. Go out to Amazon.
You can get a physical copy at Amazon. It's available for digital download, Amazon, Apple, Deezer, whatever you do, wherever you do your downloads. It's on Spotify and Pandora, but I don't get much money out of that one. So if you love me,
the physical CD.
Please buy the physical CD. Or digital downloads are great too for you folks out of town. The CD, the single Pan Dementia is also available for digital download. It doesn't have it has no physical presence. So
Yet. But the CD on Amazon, you can just search for My Memories Are Made of Songs,
you
or
can
Lisa
do it that
R.
way,
and the
or
Lucky
Lisa R.
Stars.
and the Lucky Stars. Either one will get you right there.
And is it Lisa R. and the LuckyStars.com?
Yes,
for,
thank you.
For stalking you in general?
Yes, for stalking us in general. That's it's Lisa R. and the LuckyStars.com. We've got videos on there. We've got ways to get our music. We've got profiles. I wanted to take a minute and let you know that we've had a really interesting change in our lineup. I've played with the best two guitar players around this area. I'll fight anybody that says they're not, Willie Painter and Luis Rodriguez. And
No
they're
fight
just-
here.
No fight.
Yeah, they're just amazing players and really brought some nice stuff. Willie's going to be playing on one of the songs on the new album. Just brought some beautiful stuff to it. But I've come to understand, even though that's always been the format I've played in, which is four-piece rock band, these songs are not rock songs.
Right.
This needs something different. And so I kind of thought out of the side of the box a little bit. I was over at the Rubber Room and I was asking, I was listening to some of Rebecca Newton's new stuff, and I asked her and Jerry Brown, I said, if you're going to put a new instrument in and it's not going to be keys, what's it going to be? And they both turned to me and said, mandolin. And I thought, well, that's just crazy. So I don't
On
know.
that last song, I could hear a mandolin being in there.
Yeah, so we were really lucky. Danny Gotham gave me information on how to get in touch with this guy I didn't know, whose name is Charles Petty. And many of you may know him from the Shady Grove Band, and just an amazing. And he's playing octave mando and the mandola section of the octave mando and mandolin. We just played our first gig at the Carolina Classic Fair last Saturday, and it is so much fun. These songs are opening up like flowers. It's so beautiful.
I love that big smile on your face when you were just thinking about how fun it was.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I can't wait. We're just we have our next gig with him on the 24th of this month at Nash Street Tavern. It's a Sunday, 4 to 6 in the afternoon. So come out and hear us there.
I'm totally there. I need to hear this mandolin.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
It's going to change your life.
And then
I'm sure it
Leslie
will.
and I and Charles are going to be doing some trios. We're going to be playing at the Colonial Inn on the 30th, Saturday the 30th, 5:30 to 7:30, and Wednesday, November 10th. We'll be there, and then I'm going to be doing Kirk's songwriting thing across the road in December.
I am here for all of
Okay,
this.
so you don't have to, if you live in Hillsborough, Chapel Hill, Durham, you don't have to drive more than 10 miles to see them play.
To get this awesomeness.
So get in your car, put on your
That's right.
calendar, go see them.
Yeah, I've never had so much fun in my life. This is such a great. I've just been having the time of my life.
Well, we have so thoroughly enjoyed and are thrilled that you would come to visit us.
Are you kidding?
Oh, anytime.
Well,
Yeah,
could
no, I've
you?
been bothering Bob for the better part of a year, I think. We're both like, is it safe? No, it's not safe. Yeah, is it safe? No, it's not safe. But
Well, I think we have time for one more song.
yeah. This is another one off the album. This is the only one that I revisited from my first album. It's a song about vinyl as a good segue into what comes next.
Which I'm
Nice.
And it's
stealing.
called Take a Turn With Me.
Let me get my level under control here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Lifelines made of circles, they've been borrowed, they've been sold. No value in the vinyl, but the stories that they've told. Shiny black, maybe hiss and scratch, kept me from falling through the cracks. Any day with just one play, they can always take me back. RPM 33 is vinyl all you'll ever be. Touch me, shake me, make me see. RPM 33. Take a time with me. You got to use a needle, but don't worry how much to take. You can't do too much, but it's a powerful drug. Listen here, make no mistake. Make you cry out loud, make you moan, make you shake. Maybe bend your heart until it breaks. Such a wonderful drug, 'cause I can pull the plug and one hit is all it takes. RPM 33, vinyl all you'll ever be. Touch me, shake me, make me see. RPM 33. Take a turn with me. Come on, girl. It's a never-ending circle, only people can be killed. You can kill them with a needle photograph or a dollar bill. Time standing still, and it always will. Everybody laughing, no one over the hill. With each new revolution, who knows what may be revealed. RPM 33 is vinyl all you'll ever be. Touch me, shake me, make me see. RPM 33. Take a time with me. Take a time with me. Time with me, time with me, time with me. Take a time with me. Turn with me, turn with me, turn with me, take a turn with me.
Woo!
Thank you.
Lisa R. and the Lucky Stars. Lisa Rhodes, Leslie Land. What a fantastic hour it has been.
This has been mighty fine.
You can stop dancing now, Kim Lane. No, don't stop dancing.
We had so much fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Thank
having
you
us.
for
it's
this
great
was
to see your
good
toes
stuff.
tapping. I know I'm
Yeah.
doing something right when I see the toes tapping.
Yeah.
It wasn't just my toes. Everything was tapping. Well, y'all wave goodbye to the live stream. We're going to turn it off, but y'all, we're not.